Welcome to the Lock In Podcast, episode 20. How you doing, mates? Pull up a drink and have one with us. Welcome my co-host, Sean.
Hello.
Hello. And
Hello.
I am your host, Joe. How you doing this week, matey?
I'm doing good. Just caught me right in the middle of drinking down my beer.
Mid-sip.
Mid sip. Yeah, mid sip. Drinking Corona, so I'm living life on the edge again.
Classic.
I feel people probably are fed up with me saying that.
Nah, it's a
But hey.
catchphrase now.
We're not even big enough for a catchphrase.
It's like the classic.
You need an audience You need an audience for a catchphrase. We don't.
True. Well, no, you don't. You can do whatever you want. You know, do you want to know how I got these scars? And I'm living life on the edge by Sean Black. Well, I don't know if I can tell you your last name then. I was like, yeah, I can. It's fine. I've got him. I got him laughing as he drank.
Oh, that's it.
That was fantastic. I got you good.
Corona.
Oh my god.
The Corona's got me.
Corona's got you. Isolate. Self-isolate. Go.
Oh,
sorry, man. I
better.
caught you bad there. How has your week been? You've had Friday off, is that correct?
I've had Friday off. Yeah.
Lovely. Get up to much?
It was too hot to do anything.
True.
It was so hot.
True. Thursday and Friday were melting.
Yeah, we had like machines catch fire on some sites and stuff. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The hell?
So because you're working them, they just overheat, and because it's electrical stuff, it just catches fire. I guess.
So you had
It's just like-
actual things catch fire while you were there?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You can't. You could just. Yeah. It was just working along. You gotta go. I smell burning. You just see like steam coming out of the thing. Like. Oh no.
I'm in trouble. Like handheld devices? Or like just big?
Yeah, handheld devices. It's happened during like at the beginning of the year where we had that huge heat wave thing and the world was burning.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mainly Australia.
I
right?
was, yeah, Australia and I think California was burning as well.
Oh, it was. Yeah.
The world was burning. There's many places were on fire. It was.
2020's been an interesting year.
It's been a mad year. I'm like, it's getting to the point now where if dragons come from the sky and just burning everything, I would just be like, so what's your day like? It's like anything can happen at this point. Like literally, like the moon. We could get like a second moon, and it'd be like a Death Star. The Empire from Star Wars could come down, like bow down before me, and be like,
That's nice.
So how was your Monday? I mean, Tuesday's pretty crap. But how was your?
Yeah, it is getting to that point, right? Like nothing surprises you at all.
No.
Like it is nuts. You're totally right. I agree. They are actually
It's like I'm expecting something unexpected.
true. Second outbreak
But,
and stuff. I'm
yeah.
sure.
Yeah. But I'm like, it's the beginning of the year. I was literally working on I was buffing up some stairs and everything else, and I was literally using a polisher, and literally about halfway through, because you have to lean on your body, so you have to put pressure onto it while to go onto the ground and everything else. So because I'm kind of like half restricting the machine and everything else. I was there working on weights, 30 degrees, and I was like, and all of a sudden I was like, I smell burning. My glove has partly melted off. There's smoke coming out of the machine. Oh no! I literally just got water, chucked water on it. I was like, okay, that's buggered. I was like, that's broken. That is not saving. That cannot be saved.
Damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
so-
Well, at least you're all right. At least you're wearing the gloves. I guess that's why you have safety equipment.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
mental.
yeah, I like how the fact that literally the whole week, it's been like glorious sunshine.
Yeah.
And then the weekend happens. It's like, joke's on you. It's gonna rain, bitches.
True.
It's like the British weather's such a troll.
Yeah.
Like it's annoying because there's people who are on building sites and everything else, and they can't enjoy the weather and everything else. Like doctors and nurses can't enjoy the weather. Weekend comes along, and they might have some time off.
Yeah.
No sunshine for you. None, nothing.
You guys getting wet.
Yeah, you get wet. If you're on furlough, enjoy the sun. If you're working from home, you can enjoy the sun.
Yeah.
Everyone else, screw you.
Yeah. I mean, actually, like today though, it's kind of nice. Like it was hot, like from
I know
Wednesday.
that it needed the rain.
Yeah.
It needed the rain. But I've got a question
Go on, fire
for
away.
you because like talking about earlier in the year and everything else, where it was ridiculously hot and the whole world was burning.
Yeah.
It was said like it was global warming, and a hot Britain is a bad thing. It's a bad thing because of global warming.
Yeah.
This week it's been hot and it's been praised as a good thing. And I'm confused. Is a hot Britain a good thing or a bad thing? Does Britain want global warming to be happening, or do we not want global warming? It's very confusing. I'm like,
Who's praised it? What do you mean?
oh come on! Whenever it's like it's gonna be hot than Ibiza, it's like everyone goes like, yeah, let's go to the beach and
Yeah.
yes, let's go to the beach and not social distance and leave our trash on the beach because we're disgusting human beings. But hey,
True.
it's is it a good thing or is it a bad thing?
I mean,
I feel like we haven't decided yet. Like we kind of go like, we care about the planet, but same token,
it's kind of warm now.
it's we can sunbathe in our gardens and we couldn't do that before.
I see where you're coming from, and I like it.
It's like I feel like it's 1 minute it's really really bad, and the next minute it's like yeah, but we can enjoy the nice weather.
Yeah. Yeah. I think in the short term, global warming in the UK, we're like, oh yeah. But if it gets too far, here's the one thing you'll dislike. The Gulf Stream, if it gets too warm, the ice caps melt, and the Gulf Stream that goes between France and Britain, which brings us the majority of our warmth, will actually move direction. And it'll be much colder than it ever was before.
So we want it to stay as it is.
Yeah, right now, great. Cracking.
So we need to stop using everything, but we need to not reverse global warming. The damage that has to be done, we want to keep the damage to keep the hot weather, but we don't want to make any further damage.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly that. So now we save the turtles. Now's the time.
Yes. See that's such a good movement. At the same token, it was so because people like literally like yelling at people. Like I saw someone yell at someone at McDonald's for like not using plastic straws and everything else. Literally, as most
using plastic straws. Sorry.
But no, for someone using plastic straws and everything else. Well, yelling at the staff, going, "Why are you not using plastic straws and everything else?"
Okay.
At the same token, they were literally drinking a plastic bottle. And they had a sandwich in a plastic casing, which they threw in the non-recycling. It's like straws are not the only problem.
Yeah, plastic.
I feel like plastic is everywhere, and it doesn't need to be. But it was so confusing. It's like people got so hooked up on the straws things. Like straws are evil.
Yeah,
straws are the spawn of Satan. And if we get rid of all the straws on the planet, all the plastic straws on the planet, we will save the turtles and therefore all the marine lives. Like. No. No. We need to stop plastic.
It's hard. People focus on one thing at a time, right? Whatever the media is focusing on, I think we can tell is exactly what the public focus on, especially over these last few months. Whatever the media hits, that is what the
media
public
has way too much. The media has way too much.
It's mental. I've really disliked watching the news. It honestly feels so stupid. All of it.
Yeah.
Like,
it does.
Educate yourself.
The thing is, it's not. Yeah, it's not. I'm not gonna. It's not fake news. I don't think there's. I think there's very few things known as fake news. I think it's the best way to call it is opinionated. It's done from an angle. They give you the facts that they want you to know, so you can make the opinion that they want you to make instead of giving you everything.
Yeah.
It's like.
It is. Yeah. I think there's obviously like BBC has an agenda, like other news sites have an agenda. I think looking at different sites and just sort of being educated on the news is still important, but just don't get it all from one site. It's just so ridiculous. Or just try and find the most unbiased site you can, because damn, does it feel terrible. Like I was just watching it recently. I just feel depressed for it. Like it's so stupid.
That's part of the reason why, honestly, I don't focus on the news that much, because it is just. I know there's no good news is not really interesting and everything else, but the same token, it's all just negative stuff. It's like everything is just
it's really difficult right now.
Sorry, I'm going to call out so things. It's like EastEnders. EastEnders seems to be a realistic adaptation of life.
Yeah, well, to a point.
It's just people. Yeah, to a point, but I can't think of a happy storyline in that show ever. Like, it's just people yelling at one another, having divorces, having affairs, and then getting divorces, and then their affair dies out because they're not happy and they miss their love. There's not one thing happy. People dying, people yelling Ricky. It's not fun. Nothing's fun.
Yeah.
It's not. You know.
Yeah.
It's such a weird, obscure thing that if they actually put a normal, like, if they actually wrote in a normal family and a normal family dynamic and everything else in there, I'll say normal, but a normal-ish.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. It would look weird.
Yeah. It was over dramatized, isn't it? That's the whole point.
It's way over dramatized. There's nothing normal about it.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's like,
I don't really watch soaps, so I can't say too much. I remember having to do a media project
I
on
don't
it.
watch them.
I did a media project on soaps, and I did my final project on Cheryl Cole. Because in year 11, I loved her. But,
Oh, you poor Pan.
I did one on. I did a project on Linkin Park, soaps, and Cheryl Cole. Those are my 3 final projects. I was so cool.
Wow. I bet you was very popular at school.
Yeah, that's the new title. That's the new title. Soaps, Linkin Park, and Cheryl Cole. Welcome to the podcast.
Done. Oh.
I like it when I think of a name on the spot. Anyway, this week's been mental, right? There has actually been a lot going on. I don't know if you've been like, well, as we just said, we actually hate the news. It sucks.
Yeah, I haven't been paying attention because I hate the news.
Yeah.
I haven't been paying attention. I mean, I've been educating myself on the obvious stuff that's happening around the world, and I'm learning a lot. So I just want to point out, we're not blind to that, what's happening, the Black Lives Matter stuff and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
We're not blind to it.
I mean, that's the biggest thing that's been happening for weeks now.
Yeah, we are educating ourselves on it and everything else, and so on and so forth. But I haven't actually focused on everything else on the news that much, maybe because it's depressing as hell.
All right, well, let's have some fun stuff.
It's been too hot
to
focus on anything.
It's been hella hot. I've been going for walks, and it's been wonderful. Like, I've been loving the walks out and about. I even walked today, like, because it was a bit cooler. But at least it's nice going out.
Swivel.
Yeah, I can see you just put a middle finger up, being like, "Oh, I'm at work while you're walking." You've been for walks. Don't give me that. You've got all of next week off as well. It's beautiful, right?
Yeah,
we can go for a walk.
Knowing my luck, it's getting like pissing down. It's gonna be a thunderstorm. It's gonna be like a hurricane going through every forest.
Hopefully we can go for some of that. But yeah, going for walks, absolutely lovely at the moment. But let's have a think. Cinemas are opening again in the beginning of July. Yeah!
Yeah, I have seen that. I heard news of that, and I was like, because I was expecting them to open at some point anyway, because of you can actually social distance within a cinema.
Yeah.
Reasonably well.
So what they're doing is you
wear a mask.
can't be behind. There's no seat directly behind you or either side of you. Is how they're going to do it. So you can sit diagonally, like one back from someone, and that's how the seating plans are going to work in cinemas for when they first open. But I'm very excited. I love the cinema.
Yeah, what film were you looking forward to come out?
Oh, there's Christopher. No, what's his name? Oh, now I'm going to look really stupid. It's called like Tenet. It's like the same word backwards, whatever it's called. I think it's like a time travel film by the same person that has made many films that my brain has drawn a blank on. Christopher Nolan. It's a Christopher Nolan film. Tenet.
Okay. And Christopher Nolan.
Yes,
made a new film.
He has, and that's coming. That's releasing as soon as cinemas open. That will be one of the first ones in there.
Good.
So,
boom.
Gonna go see that. I think I have got one bit of news that I was like, I will put in, but obviously about football. We'll leave that one to the end because we have a lot to say about that, I'm sure.
It doesn't really matter when it comes in, but let's just keep going, man.
Yeah.
Keep going to let's keep going to cinema. Yes. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing some films.
Yes, I can't wait.
We can actually do reviews on modern films. These are films that have actually just been released. These are films that have been released like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Before we were born.
Yeah. Some were way before. Yeah, some were before we were born. They were like 1993 or something, weren't they?
1983.
80?
God, the guy's not that. Yeah, the guy's not that old.
Wait, 83 or 93? They said 93.
83.
83, that's mental.
1983.
That's mental.
You said 90.
I said 93. Anyway, doesn't matter. But yeah, we can do more up-to-date films. That'd be kind of cool.
Boom.
Have you also? I know you spoke about Twitch before. Did you know there's been competitors? Obviously, there's YouTube Live, which is their live streaming platform. Facebook Gaming, another big competitor. Did you know Mixer? Have you ever heard of Mixer before?
No.
Okay. So Mixer was
God,
Microsoft's
I literally
version.
sound like I might as well just be a 30-year-old man or something. You go, have you heard of this? I go like, no,
You're
no.
not far
Like,
off. What do you mean? You're 26.
oh fuck you.
I mean, like a 30-year-old
No,
man.
seriously,
Like 4 years away. What do you mean?
Fuck you. But it's just like, literally on Twitch. Something happened. People are like, Sean doesn't know how Twitch works. It's like, yeah. I was just waiting for someone in the comment to be like, okay, boomer. It's like,
Okay, Boomer. Whatever you say, Boomer. Great song. Can we get copyrighted for that? Hopefully not.
well, you sang it, so YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube's
a copyright strike.
Bang.
Boom.
Straight on the podcast.
I don't know. You're singing so bad, it may not be recognised. It's all
Yeah,
good.
hopefully not. As out of tune as possible.
Probably.
For
It's probably.
yeah,
Yeah, it's probably out of tune enough.
yeah, fantastic. But no, Mixer was Microsoft's attempt. So it was like the Xbox Microsoft version, and they put Ninja into his own contract, and Shroud, the two biggest streamers on Twitch. They were enormous.
Wow.
And they did this. Oh, it's hard to. I should have researched it a bit more. About a year ago, I'd say.
Yep. Go.
They closed down this week, paying out the entirety of Ninja's contract, a $30 million contract, and Shroud's a $10 million contract, paid out fully and allowed them to go to any platform they wanted.
So,
They have made money.
what I love about Microsoft, I know I should be focusing. I know you want me to focus on Ninja and everything else, but they just made money. It's everything else. But what I love about Microsoft is that whenever they see a trend, they go like, "We're gonna chase after that trend, and we become bigger than them." It always fails.
Yeah.
Every single time, it always fails. Like, it's an iPhone. We can make a phone. It don't work. Bollocks. I know. Well, there's an iPad. Well, we can make an iPad. We make a deal with the American Football Association, everything else, and stuff like that. NFL, yeah. And literally, they made this deal and everything else. They covered the casing, so you can't tell what touchscreen tablet it is. So people didn't, and instead of calling it the Windows, whatever it was called, they went, he's going onto his iPad device.
iPad device.
It's like, no.
No.
It's not an iPad. No. Say Microsoft. Say the thing. He's going on his iPad device to see how he did in that round. He didn't. He reacted badly.
That's funny. That's really funny.
And the best thing as well, they gave it to like news outlets.
Yeah.
And because all of them had their own iPads already.
Yeah.
So they just used it as a coaster for their coffee in the morning. It's like,
wow, in America.
That's not in America.
That's
yeah.
great.
It's like that's found misery. And the thing is, as well, is I actually looked at the scopes of it when they competed it. It was actually typical things that's not iPhone, that's not related to Apple and everything else. It's probably better just because it doesn't have the Apple logo or it doesn't have the because the marketing fails miserably and everything else. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't get published. Like, I think an Android phone is probably superior to an iPhone in most ways.
Yeah.
These days.
Almost always.
Yeah.
Yeah. More,
But,
high processor, higher spec throughout normally.
Yeah, but the fact that
Especially
Apple can always have it's like video, it's like face calls and everything else. Like Apple went like, you can now do this. And it's like this is new tech. And they advertise it as it's a new technology and everything else. And people freak out when Android had it like 3 years ago or something stupid. Half the time. But I mean, I just love the fact that whenever Microsoft are like, we're gonna take this trend and we're gonna make it good. It's like, and it always flops.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know they need to get a new. Microsoft, if you're listening, just get a new PR team.
Yeah, advertise it better,
Clearly,
right?
yeah. Clearly, your PR team is shite.
Yeah.
It's there's no polite way of saying it. There's not other. It's crap.
Yeah. I mean, they clearly make money, right? Like well, I guess they have the home computer. That's what they're always going to have.
No,
money
but that's
because of that.
that's their main source of income.
That's
but
the cash cow. Like, just spunk money anywhere you want after that.
Yeah, they do it. They also had the Xbox.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
But I mean, the Xbox has been overshadowed by both Nintendo and Sony with the PlayStation.
Oh yeah,
massively.
Sony demolished it Xbox One versus PS4. Sony
PS4
won by a landslide in sales on that. Mental.
Yeah, PS4 was literally had an affair with like Xbox One's wife, and then got walked in, and Xbox One's like, what's going on? And PlayStation 4 started going, sorry, bro, you're just not good enough, and just kept on going. They didn't stop. They just kept going. Like that's how bad Xbox One lost. I don't know where I was going with that.
They
that's,
just
that's
spat at the Xbox One as well. I'm in charge.
And insults
now.
in. He's the boss.
Yeah, that was.
He's the daddy.
Ruined it. 'Cause it was really close. I think Xbox 360 outsold the PS3, but I think it's because the PS3 released so much later. It released like a year later, so it was just sat on the back foot all the time.
Yeah, it released later, and a lot of the features that the Xbox 360 had, the PlayStation was always catching up.
PlayStation was so much more expensive as well because it had the Blu-ray player in, which the Xbox 360 didn't. So
yeah, but that ended up working in its favour in the long run.
Yeah.
But I mean, they did bridge the gap.
Yes.
I would say PlayStation 3 towards the end of the PlayStation 3 lives, it did bridge the gap just.
I don't think it ever outsold Xbox 360, but it would definitely. I think it had better exclusives by a mile.
Well, that's the thing. That's how it bridged the gap, and that's how it's literally just demolished the Xbox in this round. I mean, think of the exclusive, and there's only one exclusive I could think of that I wanted on the Xbox, which is Halo. And when I got the release, I looked at it. I was like, the reviews were poor and everything else. It's like, I'm glad but it's nothing else. Nothing else comes to mind. I guess Guilds of War.
Guilds of War?
Gears of War.
Gears of War. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that one. But I mean, I'm not gonna spend God knows how much just for 2 games.
Yeah. Think about just the exclusive on a PlayStation though. Ratchet and Clank, Last of Us, Uncharted, huge Crash Bandicoot, massive titles. The people are going to
God
buy
of War,
God of
Horizon,
War. Yeah,
Spider-Man.
Oh, I forgot they got Spider-Man. Yeah, Sony owns Spider-Man. I forget about that.
What else is there?
That was huge.
We're forgetting a few. That's so many.
I think that's enough. That's 7 when we could name 2 off Xbox. Well, you could name 2. I couldn't even name that.
Yeah. And Nintendo. That's part. I think that's the reason why Nintendo are doing good. I mean, I'm getting I'm getting a Nintendo Switch Lite.
Oh, are you?
I'm getting a portable device. Yeah. In the coming weeks, I'll be getting one.
Cool.
So
that's nice.
So they've got there's enough games on there for me to go like, I want it.
It's worth it.
And plus, originally, I don't mind saying this because my sister's bought one now.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's got a brought one. That's the main reason why I'm getting a Lite. Because originally it was going to be, we'll go buy a full blown Switch.
Yeah.
And just share it, and we go 50-50 and share it and everything else and stuff like that. But my sister's gone like, no, I just get the Lite, it's cheaper, and I can use it myself and everything else and stuff like that, and you can just get your own one.
Yeah.
Which it makes sense considering there's 2 people involved, but at the same.
Yeah. Well, is it like 200? 200 for a Lite?
It's 150.
150.
It's literally half. It's literally half price.
Oh wow!
She got it off Amazon, so I think it's like 150.
That's brilliant. That's really
it's basically half. It's half the price, but you are getting half of the function.
Yeah. Still great.
So it's great value for money.
Yeah. Get to play all the new games.
I think that's why they've done it, because people. I think Nintendo know that their main market is the portable. With the DS and everything else, it was such a big market. Yeah. They kind of did the Lite as a way to keep that alive still.
Yeah.
And it's it still gives an outlet. You can still get a Switch, play the games and everything else. I think the Switch is a great device. Full stop. To be fair.
100%. And great titles. I mean, the exclusives on Nintendo are renowned, aren't they? You got your Animal Crossing, you got your Pokemon, you got your Mario. Like it's unbeatable.
The one thing that has kept Nintendo going through the hard times and everything else is its exclusives.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's
so many hardcore fans.
Yeah, they've got so many. Mario, I mean, I'm pretty sure Mario is pretty much the same game. They release the same game almost like every so often, just with new graphics, and people buy it every single time.
The new Super Mario Bros. Is always like a similar 2D scroller, but they do change up the levels. They are great. I think they do amazing.
Yeah, and they've got like the Mario when the hat makes you control things and everything else.
Odyssey.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a brand new concept. That was brand
new.
So
that
was fresh.
No. I was just saying that they do change it off and everything else. I was about to mix it around and everything else.
And they're releasing a new Pokemon game exclusive on Switch most of them are, but they're doing it on phone and Switch of a MOBA, a 5v5 Pokemon game, like League of Legends or Dota. It's called Pokemon Unite.
Oh, right.
They announced that this week. Even more news. That's cool.
That actually, I actually might get there since I've got are we getting a light? I might do that.
Yeah,
I
join
might
me.
get that. I might play that.
Get 5 of us.
I mean,
that'd be sick.
Boom. Yeah.
And actually,
I mean, Pokemon is literally the same game anyway. That's like, talking of just releasing the same game again and again. Pokemon's literally the same game, but with a different map.
I love Pokemon though. Every single one I will buy.
Oh, that's not a diss.
Die
Diss.
Hard.
I mean, I've played pretty much every single one, so I can't.
Yeah. I'm
not saying it's clearly not a bad game.
Yeah, it bangs.
People keep returning back to it and everything else and stuff like that. Like, I'm pretty sure people who've complained about Sword and Shield have literally brought Sword and Shield and played it and enjoyed it. So
yeah, I really enjoy it. I will continue to play it. But yeah, this other Unite one's good. Oh, sorry, you were saying about one little thing before we get onto the other topics. One little thing, when you're saying iPhone and Android's more customizable, extra cool things. Yeah, I got an app this week called the Poke Dialer. In there, I can assign Pokemon trainers with their Pokemon to contacts in my phone, and when they ring me, a Pokemon battle appears, and it shows them scroll across the screen as their trainer throughout their Pokemon that I've assigned them versus me as Red, obviously, with my Snorlax, and I'm like, so I assigned that, and then I click fight or run to answer or decline the call, and it's the sickest thing in the world, and I love it.
you're such a nerd sometimes.
Yeah, I freaking
it's like I like you just admit like I'm a nerd and I'll accept that.
Do you want to see what I've got for you?
Yeah, what have I got? I was about to say, what have I got for me?
What have you got? One sec, I actually can't remember. I was sorting them all out.
Have you got my favourite Pokemon though?
No, I didn't know what you were actually. I've given you the monk because I thought that was really funny, and I've given you an unknown.
Okay, my favourite Pokemon isn't unknown.
Your favourite Pokemon is an unknown?
No, it isn't.
Oh, it isn't. No, I didn't think it was. No, I just didn't really know what to give you, so I was like, yeah, that's.
So what do you think it is? What do you think it is?
What's your favourite Pokemon? Can I get a gen? Give me a gen.
Alright, okay. It's, I'll be honest, it's Gen 3.
Gen 3, because that only goes up to Gen 3. So, I think you're a bit edgelordy, but I was thinking maybe a T-Tar, but I can see like a Metagross kind of guy in you. Let's have a think. 3rd gen. You're not going to say the sun or the moon, I'm sure. No plus or minimums coming up. Torkoal, are you a bit of a Torkoal fan? No, I'm going to go with Tyranitar. I think you're a bit of a T-Tar fan. I can see that.
No.
A Deoxys fan?
No.
Ooh. Go on, hit me.
It is edgelordy, it's Blaziken. It's quite
yeah.
typical as well, Blaziken. It's just, there's something about the Pokemon I just love, but there's so many that I like as well.
That's cool. I can give you Blaziken on my dialer. So when you ring me.
Hunter is also one of my favourites as well. I always seem to have a Hunter in everything. Whenever he's in the game, I always. Is it Hunter? No, Haunter.
Haunter, as in the ghost,
yeah.
Second ghost.
Yeah.
Cool, Haunter. Like he haunts people.
Or Gengar.
Gengar, top evolve, top lads. You have to trade for him though. So difficult.
Yeah, I don't always get him. That's the thing. But whenever I get them, I always go like, yeah.
Yeah.
That line of ghost Pokemon.
Yeah. I was
also like Litten.
Oh, Litten's cool. I like the starter, Litten.
I like Ghost. Basically, my two favourite types are Ghost, Fire.
I can
They're
tell.
my two favourite types. So
yeah. What about Pumpkaboo? That's Fire Ghost, isn't it? Little Pumpkaboo.
No, that's Grass. That's Ghost Fire. No, Ghost Grass. Sorry.
Is it Ghost Grass? Where's it?
Yeah, it's a pumpkin, isn't it?
Yeah, little pumpkins.
Because Litten is Litten is Ghost Fire Pokemon. Because it's a candle.
No, that's Litwick. Litten's the cat.
Oh right, yeah.
Litwick.
Oh, Litwick.
Litwick. The candle.
I like Litten too. Litten's pretty good.
That's fine. Yeah. So yeah, Litwick. Litwick is really cool. Evolves into Chandelier. Very sick.
Yeah. So that's the thing as well. I think that Ghost Pokemon can get away with beating objects more than other types of Pokemon. I know people go like moan about it and every time like, oh, they lost imagination. It's like it's a ghost. You could possess the object and done.
Yeah.
Who gives a crap?
I think that's what like Rotom did, right? The Ghost Electric, where he just possessed everything, and there was like washing machine Rotom, like fan Rotom. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's cool. I think that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's some of the designs were pretty like, well, that's not cool, but.
Yeah. Wasn't one a fridge?
I get it.
It was like fridge Rotom. I was like, and it was like, what is that?
It's like Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah. The
Oh,
scary
no.
Fridgemon.
Yeah,
Finally, in Digimon, there is a Pokemon called Fridgemon.
probably.
There is.
Digimon.
It's a snowman.
It's there trying its hardest, but you can just never quite get it.
No. I really like Digimon. I think it's so funny. There's also one called Dolphmon. It's a dolphin. But it always reminds me of Dolph Lundgren. Like the big butch man.
Yeah.
I love it anyway. So anyway, let's get off of Pokemon and Digimon and our fandoms that we love. What's well, Hello Megator was meant to be this week. Not sure if you remember that.
Yeah, so sad.
I know. If anyone doesn't know what the Hello Megator is, actually, do you want to describe it?
It's one hell of a tour. It
Damn
has
right.
Green Day,
Yep.
Fall Out Boy, and the Weezers. Is that how you pronounce it? I'm
Weezer.
not a big fan of Weezer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
They were all
it's
playing
this-
one big gig in the Olympic Stadium. It was going to be sick. I mean, Sean, we're going to go.
And we're gonna go. We got really good tickets for a reasonable price and the standing thing. We usually got the last two from the actual venue before we had to go second through a
Yeah.
company that sells them for ridiculous profit and everything else. We got the last two, so it was
Yeah. Set us back, what? It was like 85? And it was...
85 a ticket, which is a good price.
Yeah, absolutely fine for three massive bands in the London, Olympic Stadium. Would have been sick. And that was maybe
It's a bargain.
yesterday, Friday the 26th, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but hey, well, is it being rescheduled? I think that's the plan, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been rescheduled to next year in June. Same time next year. So
Brilliant! I cannot wait. I'm actually really excited for that. It's sad that it's been rescheduled, but I'm so excited for it.
I'm glad it's been rescheduled, not cancelled.
True.
Talking of stuff that's been cancelled,
Go on. Nice segue.
me and my sister have got tickets to see a singer called Jade Bird.
Jade Bird.
Jade Bird. She's in English. She's kind of a bit country.
Okay.
Cool. She's but very much rock and roll. She's very good. If you haven't heard any of the songs, please go and check her out. She's very good, very talented.
Jade Bird is in JADEBRID.
Yeah, JADE Bird. Jade Bird.
Here up. Say we sent you.
Boom. Say the Locking Podcast sent you. She'll know what you mean.
Yeah. She'll be all over that. She knows us personally.
But she's quite small and everything else, and we got tickets to go and see her and everything else.
Nice.
Unfortunately, she said that the show will be rescheduled not because of coronavirus, but because she got a throat infection, so she couldn't sing, so she couldn't give the performance she wanted. And then she rescheduled it, and then she rescheduled it 3 days after lockdown was announced. So she was like, so yeah, we have to reschedule it again. It's like it's clearly not going to happen.
I'm sure
not allowed to happen.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. It'll be fine. That's so sad. But she's English. It's not like an international tour. It is just in England.
Yeah, she is English.
Fantastic. So yeah, no, you'll get there.
It'll happen.
Hopefully,
but I mean,
it should be early next year, right? That's when gigs are going to really start up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much else going on. I guess restaurants and stuff are going to all open up slowly. We'll get there eventually. It's just not going to be till October, November. Everything's back.
Yeah,
normal-ish.
I think. Sorry, I'm sorry to overtalk you, but I mean, I think the best way to things will slowly get back to normal with restrictions in place until a vaccine is there. I think we're on track. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
no, I agree. Anyway,
Is it-
things that have been restored. Let's go to that.
go.
Football.
Football has been restored. Joel, how was your fantasy football
So,
thing?
if anyone's listened to this podcast before, I don't care for football. Football's boring. I don't like it. I don't watch it. But there is one thing I love, and that is competition. And I love the Fantasy Football League to prove that you don't need to like or know anything about football to be better than other people that do. And that is the challenge I set myself. And I was very unaware that the Football League had restarted. Normally I would rely on Sean telling me that stuff like this had happened. But you decided against that this week, didn't you, Sean? Because
Yeah.
you wanted
because
to
I'll be
jump
honest.
start on me.
Yes, I'll be honest. He is beating me in the fantasy league. Now, part of that is down to the fact that he had one very good week where he got like the max points you can get.
I was almost highest in the world.
Yes, in 1 week, you just got it right on that day.
Smash
the
it.
other thing as well is that the first team I made was completely utter garbage, and I thought I used my wild card, but I didn't use my wild card, and so I spent so many points.
You minus like
30, on rearranging my team.
Points,
so I was on
30 points, I think it was.
Yeah, so I started off at the bottom with minus points, which is probably the first thing that's ever happened in fantasy football.
Quite possibly. But
I'm third.
You're third in our league.
Yeah. And this, I think literally, if it weren't for the 100 points, I actually may be beating you.
The 100 points?
So,
what do you mean?
Yeah, because you got like 120 odd points.
Yeah, in 1 week. Yeah, sorry. I did. But I mean, even without that, it was still a high scoring week. I think the average was like 70. So you'd probably be about 50 points behind anyway. But I am 87 points ahead of you. Right now. Because I checked it earlier. And
so if you was so if we get rid of so if you got we'll probably be even then. It'll be very close.
You'd probably be about 30 points behind because I would have had an average. Imagine if I had average instead of the 100. So yes, that is. So I'm just pointing myself.
He's just saying that so he can put himself in front, but realistically, we know that I'll be ahead.
That doesn't make any sense. Anyway,
you're just saying you're still putting yourself in head, despite the fact that if it weren't for that good week.
Yeah, but
if it weren't for that good week, you still saying but I'll still be ahead.
Yeah, because I would have earned an average amount of.
I'm saying I would have overtaken you.
No, what?
Well, no, because my average was. I know, because I got higher. On average, I'm getting highest. On average, I'm getting more points than you on most weeks.
You're insane. I just said I got
most weeks getting more points.
All right, and on the average, and I'm 87 points ahead of you. Right, the average scoring points for that week was 70 or something. Yeah, it was 70. So imagine I lost 50 points. Yeah, I'd still be 37 points ahead of you. Let's not screw this up in any way.
I don't think. Hang on, let's
how does you say back. No? That maths makes sense. No. That is maths.
All right, whatever. It doesn't matter. I actually think I'll be ahead of you.
It doesn't.
Here we go.
I'm going to ignore that.
50.
Anyway, you look at that. Anyway, there's 7 more weeks to go. This week has already been initiated, and 6 more weeks to change our teams after this. So I'm ahead of Sean by about 87 points.
No,
it's very,
I'm
very
third.
close.
I can't complain. I'm third overall.
Yes, he's third overall.
You got 102.
What?
The average was 53.
Oh, so I would be. There you go. So, exactly. So I'd be 49 behind.
And on that week, it was week.
Doesn't matter
11.
what you scored because you haven't scored anything different. So I would be 40. I would be.
Well, no,
points behind,
it would be
right.
Yeah, I'm just saying what my score.
Okay. Anyway, I'd still be ahead. In mathematical terms, I must.
I can still catch you up there.
You can still catch me up.
At the moment, now I can't. Let's be honest. It's realistically, unless you really screw up.
Yeah, you definitely could. You definitely could. I've bet a lot on 3 teams this week. I voted a lot for Wolves. I've put a lot of points in Chelsea, and I've put a lot of points in Man United. Chelsea looks on form. Wolves didn't do me a lot of points, and I'm just hoping Man U does me dirty, or does me well even. So.
But this is the problem. I'm a Tottenham fan, so I want Man United not to do well. I want Chelsea not to do well.
Yeah, but I mean that's not how you look at it. I think that's why I do so well. I just pure stats. I don't give a damn about any of the teams. So yeah, but it's close. It's getting close, and it's quite fun, and I'm enjoying it. There's 6 more weeks to go. Fingers crossed.
Next season, it'll be a different story.
Whatever. I only wanted to prove it one time, that I could just beat everyone in the league, and I'm going to come second in both leagues that I'm in right now. I've got an even bigger lead than I do in my other league, in this one. Anyway, doesn't matter. Liverpool won the league. Am I right?
They have.
Yeah.
They have. I like the fact that you conferring in me they won the league.
Yeah.
Right? That is correct. I'm not getting this wrong, Sean.
Yeah.
Please correct me. I don't know anything about football.
I don't.
Help.
I don't. I will never claim
Yes,
to.
they have won the league. It's impossible for them to now lose the league. They have now officially won.
So if they lose every single game, the person closest to them wins every single game. They can't lose.
Still, yeah.
Mental. That is crazy. For 7 more weeks still to go, they just can't lose.
Yeah.
They can just do whatever they want.
I think they've only lost like two games. Something stupid.
Really?
I think might even lost. It might even just be one.
That is actually mental, isn't it?
Because they were on track to beat Tottenham's unbeaten record.
Do you mean Arsenal?
Not Arsenal. Yeah, Arsenal.
Yeah, which is crazy. So well done, Liverpool. I think they actually won. Correct me if I'm wrong. They actually won because the closest person behind them lost their game. Because actually they were meant to win next week from winning, right?
Yeah. Man City lost against Chelsea 2-1.
Yeah. So that's such a shame for
I was upset
Man
about.
City, and such a sort of a shame that it wasn't a bigger deal for Liverpool, right?
Oh no! Do you not see? I know. I watched the reactions and everything else. It was definitely a big deal. They were there. There was emotions and stuff on Sky Sports. So.
Oh really? Oh, what when?
Oh yeah.
Man City lost.
Yeah, because they're watching. They're all watching in the same room to see if they're winning and everything else. The same thing happened with Leicester. Because actually, literally the same thing happened to Leicester. Because Chelsea had to beat goddamn Tottenham, and Chelsea beat Tottenham and that thing, and that meant that Leicester won the league when they won the league. And the same thing happened
2 years ago.
Yeah. Might even be longer than that. No, 2 years ago.
2 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I mean, so they won the league in the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I must admit, I'm happy. I mean, I'm happy Liverpool won the league. I've got nothing against that. You know, best team won the league, won and everything else. I'm annoyed that they won it this week solely because it meant that Chelsea had to win, and I really need Chelsea to lose.
Is that because you want Tottenham to overtake Chelsea?
Yes.
Okay.
That's literally the sole reason. I mean,
they've got an easy game this week as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they've got.
It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be very, very difficult for Tottenham to overtake Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair.
Yeah.
It's highly unlikely. I mean, we can still get fifth. Fifth is very possible still. Very easy, very possible.
What does that get you?
And
does that win you something?
Well, yeah, we'll get us a Europa League spot.
Cool.
But if Man City are denied access to the Champions League because they've been caught cheating, which they have been caught cheating.
Okay.
Because you have to do it's financial fair play. This is boring stuff. Everyone doesn't know anything about football, but you can't spend more than your club makes.
Yeah. And they bought a bunch.
And normally people will be like going, well, how can you spend more than your club makes? Surely that's called being bankrupt. The club owners of Man City are very rich people.
Yeah, Etihad was it United Arab Emirates billionaires, aren't they? That own Man City.
Oh no, they're some of the richest people on the planet. Put it that way. Yeah. They own it's ridiculous sums of money they own. Mm-hmm. I think they're kings and I think they're actually princes.
All right, Sikhs, or is it Sikhs or I can't remember. Whatever the prince and kings are of United Emirates.
I don't know.
That's what they are. Yeah.
They got a lot of money and everything else, and basically they've been caught them investing into the football team, and they'll be using that money through various backhanded ways and everything else. They'll be caught out, and it's pretty obvious. I mean, the way they have grown in the last couple of years. Well, like I say, couple of years. The way they've grown into the Premier League and everything else. It's just, it's obvious that it's what's happened.
Yeah, just one of the best players. Like their team is enormous, right? It's so stacked.
Their team is enormous and it's unbelievably good. They think this is the thing. I've got nothing against the team. Yeah. This sounds really. I've got nothing against the team. The team's absolutely brilliant. They've got some of the best players. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne is brilliant. Sterling is brilliant. They've got some of the most best players, and it's a joy to watch them most of the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be a bit boring, especially when they're playing someone like, no offense to Norwich, but Norwich, and they just keep walk over you.
Yeah. Just
apart from that one time, apart from that one time, but you walked over them, which was confusing.
That was funny. I like that.
Yeah, they lost to Norwich this year. Do you know?
Yeah.
He actually lost to Norwich. It was like, hey, what?
It annoyed me. I know it all due to Fantasy League, and that is all.
But yeah, it was. But I don't like the badge because I don't like how they've got there. If that makes sense. They haven't built up. It's not the. I have nothing wrong with a new club being at the top and everything else, because it swings around about. So clubs hit the top, then they hit down the bottom. Like Man United, I've been at the top for most of my most of the time I've been paying attention to football since I was a kid to now.
Yeah.
Man United have been at the very top.
Yeah.
Like, normally they're the ones who get to win the league. If not, someone else. If not, honestly, Arsenal was going to beat them. And now it's like Man United are trying to pick up the pieces, and Arsenal is, well,
they're like 7th and 8th, aren't
they're
they?
dead.
Man United and
Yeah,
Arsenal. They're like so dead.
yeah. No, United have got a chance to get fourth. They're more likely to get fourth than Tottenham.
Oh really? Okay. All right.
But they should be with how big they are, how big their squad is, and how big the club is. I mean, they're bigger than Tottenham.
Who's for? Because what is this? It's Liverpool, Man City, Leicester. Isn't it like Sheffield United 4th right now or something? Like it's
No, Chelsea.
Oh, it's Chelsea.
Chelsea's 4th.
And Sheffield United's 5th.
And then the 5th is.
It's got. It was someone like completely out of the blue. Like no one expected them to do that well.
5th is Wolves. Wolves are a good
Oh,
team.
Wolves are doing well.
Wolves are a very, very good team. 6th is Man United, and then Tottenham's 7th.
Oh,
Sheffield
God.
United have dropped
Is where? Sorry.
to 8th. And Sheffield United is 8th.
8th. Oh, all right. So they're not as doing
Which
as
is
well as I
no-
thought, but still high. But people
I don't
thought
know,
they would
they-
be in relegation zone.
Well, yeah, people predict they'll be in relegation zone and everything else. The one thing I will say with Sheffield United is that they came out of the Champions League into the Premier League like a gun out of hell, like
Yeah.
literally on fire and everything else. And since they came back from lockdown, I mean, they've had a few unfortunate things with VAR and decisions going against them that shouldn't have.
Yeah. Well,
But one thing, I can see them plummeting and struggling because they lost the momentum.
yeah. It's a lot
'Cause the
about
momentum
momentum,
of-
innit?
Yeah, if you've got the momentum of winning, Tottenham haven't had the momentum this season at all, for one reason or another. I mean, it started off poorly. I personally blame Eriksen. He didn't want to be there. He was a main playmaker. He didn't want to be there. He wanted out.
Yeah.
We wanted him to stay, and it was just a confrontation thing. Maybe something there with Pochettino, our old manager, but he was so good. I can't say a bad thing against him. To be fair,
Yeah.
I can't blame him at all.
Yeah.
I think maybe the players turned on him. I don't know, but I think that's such a But again, when the news that he got fired, the way the players reacted doesn't give that impression. I think,
Okay.
but I as I said, I personally think Eriksen was the one that sabotaged it. There was something missing. There was at the beginning of the season, Tottenham just wasn't in form. That we weren't in shape.
Yeah. It's crazy
And
because
Mourinho-
they're such a huge club as well. Like Tottenham is, they're a staple, right? They're a staple of being at the top. That's what people are known for. Like they're huge. They are like a
Yes
Man
and
U
no.
and Arsenal or Tottenham, you know?
If I'm being completely honest, there's the top teams in this country are Liverpool and Man United. Then below that, I would say probably Arsenal and Tottenham personally.
Has Liverpool ever
But
won the league
Tottenham-
before though? They've never won the league before, have they?
Yeah, they are.
Have they?
It wasn't called the Premier League, but they have won the top league.
But they haven't won in like 25 years then, right? Premier League's been
in
around
30
for like
years.
25
They haven't won it in
years.
30 or 30 odd years.
Yeah. So
But as I said, it comes in swings and roundabouts. I mean, they hit the top and then they drop back down low and everything else.
yeah,
It's like it wouldn't be surprising if Man United's gone and everything else. I wouldn't be surprised if they have to wait 12 to 30 years to win a major win the Premier League and win a major trophy again.
yeah,
I'm not saying that Man United are a bad team. They're a phenomenal team. They've got some phenomenal players. It's just they've lost their title of being the greatest,
yeah,
and it's going to take time for them to build that up.
yeah. They had that the Rooney era,
It's like-
right? And that was just the era of unbeatable, like the champions. They were like
it's
on
the
top of the
Fergie. It's the Fergie era.
Fergie
was
yeah, sorry, Fergie.
Fergie was the manager. He was the person who came in and Oli might who's the manager at Man United now. He may still turn it around.
Yeah,
I don't see it personally. He's turned it around a little bit this season. I still don't see it that much that he could be another Fergie. But for contrast, Fergie came in and he spent I think it's 3 or 4 seasons. He didn't win anything, and then he just won everything.
yeah,
It took him a couple seasons to get the things that he wanted, to put the things in place that he needed to put in
yeah.
place.
But he introduced
And
things
it
like
could
just
be-
wash your hands every time, right? He was like, if my players are never ill, they can practice more. Like it was like he did like the little things, right? He was like hygiene must, food must. Like he was like so strict on everyone.
Fergie was.
Alex Ferguson,
it's hard
by
to.
the way. Not just
Yeah, and
Fergie.
Sir Alex Ferguson.
Sir Alex Ferguson, yeah, of course.
And he
My
does
apologies.
deserve, and he deserves that Sir so much.
Yeah.
If we're talking about things that he did, were he knew how to get to players. He knew how to communicate to players. He knew how to get to players. It's like there was an interview with Rio Ferdinand, who was playing for him at the time, and they were going to play. I think I can't remember what I want to say West Ham, but I don't know who they were going to play.
Mm-hmm.
And he just went up to him and blah blah says he's going to do you. He's going to score a goal against you. And Rio Ferdinand was like, "Oh no, I'm not going to take that." He was literally like, the way he do it is like, "Oh, you get set there, you get set there. He's going to like do you, and you know you're going to be done for." And he was like, "No, I'm not going to set down. I'm done. He's not going to." And that was it. Was he knew what to say to the players to get them, for each player and get them motivated and everything else. And I think
some love the competition. Some just want to be like, all right, play your best. Some just want, like whatever gets one person buzzing.
I mean, sometimes he got it wrong. I mean, I think he got it a bit wrong with David Beckham. I think he pushed Beckham a bit too hard, and therefore, I think Beckham. The thing with Beckham is that he became one of the modern footballers are now. He was one of the. I won't say he's one of the first, but he's one of the first of the modern generation with the internet and the way the media is and everything else. Today, he was very much the front of that.
Yeah, he was the first world star, right? Global superstar.
He wasn't.
Footballer.
He wasn't. I wouldn't say he's the first world star. There's not. George Best was one of them.
True.
Bobby Moore. I'll be honest. When Bobby Moore won the World Cup and everything else, he was another fantastic sensation and everything else for media.
I think big enormous. I don't think anyone like George Best, Bobby Moore in the UK, but like China, like USA, David Beckham stormed those markets, right?
Oh no, yeah,
that's got to be the first.
So big. I mean, it's as I said, that as we entered into the digital world of the internet and basically the world becoming smaller and everything else, Beckham was like the first one on that line, being this thing that people just like. People just gravitate towards him. He's basically really charismatic. Yeah,
great personality. I was just thinking actually with the I actually learned a couple of facts about football and something that you might like. The Tottenham Stadium, because that got redone not too long ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I found this really cool. I don't. You probably already know these sort of things, but for the audience, they've redone their stadium. It can now hold like American football and normal football, and the pitches can be removed and just changed around and put in the car park. I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah, they can do it. They've got it's got a moving platform.
Yeah,
it's got a moving.
They can roll them all away. But that wasn't the thing I was most impressed with. The thing I was most impressed with, they are the only football stadium in the UK to have their own brewery.
I knew about that.
Yeah,
they have their own. You have their own brewery. They brew their own beer on the thing and everything else. The other thing as well, I'm not sure you realised, is that when you ask for a pint of beer, instead of pouring it out like as you normally do, like you pour the thing out, it comes from the bottom.
It does
upwards.
Pours from the bottom, and they can save. I think they said they can save 10 seconds a pint doing it that way.
Yeah.
Do you know? Also, I've got all these facts. I thought it was really cool.
It's also, I believe, isn't it the longest bar as well?
The longest bar in Europe. How cool is that? The longest bar in Europe is in a football stadium. Isn't that really cool? I thought it was.
The Tottenham Stadium is an absolutely amazing stadium.
Yeah, longest bar.
It's an amazing stadium.
Pour pints faster than any others. Do you know how many pints they pour of their own beer per match?
I actually do not know that.
23,000. Isn't that insane?
No, I can believe that. You've never been to it. I feel like we should take you. I think we should take you to a football match and we can like make a thing out of it.
No, I'd like that. I think I would really like that.
Who you think is? Do I have to take you to see Newcastle?
I would love that. Newcastle versus Tottenham, right? Surely that's the sickest one.
No, Newcastle are rubbish, but okay.
That'd be cool. I would like that because it'd be funny. You can go watch your team and I can just watch my team. Just be a pain.
Yeah, the thing is though as well. The thing is, I'm gonna if I get tickets, I'm gonna. There's gonna be problems. If Newcastle score, we're gonna be surrounded by a bunch of Tottenham supporters, and you'll be like,
yeah.
And it's me, we're like, oh no.
Am I going to get beaten up if I do that? Is Tottenham like a beat you up kind of one or not?
Not really.
Ah, that's good.
There's always a few arseholes in a group.
Yeah.
But they're not, you're not really going to, no, you wouldn't be that bad.
Okay, cool.
You might get a few, people calling you a cunt and
Choice
everything
words.
else, but I mean, you wouldn't, yeah. You might get a few nasty words thrown at you and everything else, but it won't be a beating up thing.
Okay.
I'll be massively surprised.
Okay.
Tottenham's not really known for that.
No, that's cool. That's fine. No, I'll be down for that. But yeah,
Tottenham,
I mean, some of the facts though, like they pour 65k pints a match. They pour 1 million pints a year, just at the stadium, which seems nuts even. They have the largest TV screens in Europe.
Yeah.
They have the steepest stands of any football field. It like I just saw it. It was like it's an amazing thing that they have built. Like what the stadium they have built is
brilliant.
beautiful.
Oh no, the amount of time they put into that stadium,
Yeah,
is a beautiful, beautiful thing.
and they can pour
We just need to win
10,000
something.
pints a minute.
Yeah, we just need to win something now.
Yeah, yeah. Put something in that trophy cabinet that you've just built.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I mean, people talk about how much Liverpool haven't been without a Premier League. Man, how long has Tottenham been without a trophy?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the thing. It's why Tottenham's status of being a top club is
Weaning.
questioned a lot because it's not winging. We're still a top club and everything else. We during our down years, we fought off relegation. We've climbed up the ladder and everything else back up to where we are now.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that it's been so long since we won something. It's people have gone like, well, you haven't actually won a lot, have you? It's like, well, no.
Difficult at that point, isn't it?
Yeah, but we're still we still got a huge fan base. We're still a big club. I mean, you can't build a stadium that big and not be a big club.
Yeah.
That does kind of prove the point. The stadium for the old stadium, White Hart Lane, it was too small for the club. To be fair,
Yeah.
for the modern era. So we are a big club. You're Tequila Sunrise, which actually isn't like someone's murdered a murder victim's blood. It actually looks like a Tequila Sunrise.
I've just made a tequila sunrise, and that's a pretty sexy looking tequila sunrise, isn't it?
It's pretty good.
It's funny because I actually took a photo for our Facebook of me drinking a tequila
really, really
sunrise.
good.
I had to remake that on the Monday to take a photo to promote the podcast because, as Sean mentioned in my last one, the other one looked like a bloodbath. It looked horrible, so I couldn't post it. So I had to actually make another one on the Monday morning.
And you made it look better.
Yeah, to upload on our social media. I found that really funny. I put too much effort into our social media. I actually probably not. It's good to promote, but I found that very funny.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I'm happy football's back.
Yes.
I'll go lie.
It's good to be back. It'll be
talking-
very cool for that.
One thing I do want to mention.
Oh, go on.
I'm a little bit butthurt because in case people are just tuning in and everything else, I support Tottenham's my first team, my first love when it comes to football. But I will support another 4 teams alongside of that.
You're too greedy with your teams. You're like a bisexual of teams. You like all of them.
I mean, I was sharing the love. You know what I mean?
Share the love.
I was trying to make an innuendo there with sex and football that wouldn't come off weird, and I couldn't think of one.
That's all right. Share the love worked. Go.
Yeah, there we go.
Get with whatever you like the most at the time.
Boom. But I just want to point out, I support 5 teams, and not one of them is going to win.
Support better teams. Pick better teams.
Anyway, well, Leipzig was on track to win the Bundesliga, and then
Is that the German one?
yeah, the Bundesliga, the German one, and then they were like, "Do you know what would be a good idea if we didn't win it?"
Damn. Oh, so they're quite up there though. They're like good. They're quite strong.
Oh, they're very good.
Yeah.
Leipzig are very, very good. However, I'm very annoyed because Leipzig's main striker, which is his name is Werner.
Yeah.
He's a very, very, very good striker.
Yeah.
Very good striker, and he's been sold. So he's leaving. He's leaving Leipzig, which makes me sad. What makes it even sadder is that he's not going to the Premier League.
Where's he going?
But he's not going to Tottenham. He's going to Chelsea, which is one of our rivals, and I'm not happy. Like the only way it could be worse if he was going to Arsenal. Like if he was going to Arsenal, it'd be like, well, I'm just gonna slip my wrists and just cry at the corner.
It's not worth
That's
it
like-
anymore.
It's not. It's like, well, I feel betrayed.
Yeah. Oh, that's a
Not like
shame.
Leipzig and Tottenham have any connection apart from the fact they wear the same shirt and they're both hated in their own nations. but anyone who doesn't support them.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, oh, that's a shame. I mean, it'll be interesting. I look forward to actually seeing next year's thing. I mean, just for the fantasy league purpose of like doing
Yeah.
stats and learning like
Yeah,
what
yeah,
team's going to do what after that. So it's cool to know that ahead of time.
Yeah. Well, the thing that I will say is that I said that Tottenham
whoops.
hasn't been able to get going. As I said, beginning of the year, something was amiss.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but something was clearly amiss.
Yeah.
Then we got Mourinho, who people are saying he's the wrong job for Tottenham. I don't know. I think he hasn't had a fair run.
Yeah.
But if next season starts and it's awful, then he's the wrong person for the job, and we have to find someone else.
Yeah, you guys have been
Completely.
struggling, especially with like a superstar striker like Kane.
Well, Kane's been injured,
Mm.
and he's been out for most of the season. And then it's like, okay, well, the whole problem with Tottenham is the fact that our defence has been poor for most of the season. Our defence has been really, really poor, but our goalkeeper's been injured. We had a right back injured. We had Son injured. We had
Oh yeah.
Dele injured. We had we just got like any key player that we were starting to rely on for goals and support and everything else. What happened was they would get injured and couldn't play, and it wasn't like a small injury for like, week, so we have to get used to one match of him not being there. It was like, no, they'd be off for 3 months.
Yeah.
Like, Son got injured, and I was like, oh, it can't be that bad. And he dislocated his shoulder. He was going to be off for like 3 to 4 months. It's like, oh no.
I remember having him
But
on my
yeah.
team, and I was like, I gotta get rid of this lad, like ASAP.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's a sad scenario. But
Yeah. Anyway,
since we got back to lockdown, Tottenham look a lot better.
yeah, fingers
And
crossed for them. I really
we're
do
back.
hope
Yeah.
they go so much better.
Well, I don't want any team to do bad apart from Arsenal.
But they're not doing great at the moment. Anyway, should we move on from football?
Yeah, I've actually got something I can talk about.
Oh, go on then.
Yeah, I'm looking at buying a watch.
A watch
Yeah,
like that. What sort of watch?
yeah.
An Omega, I'm sure. You love Omegas.
No, I can't. The thing is, Omega is a proper luxury watch brand.
Yeah.
They're like it's up there with Rolex and everything else.
Yeah.
And I have one, and I would love to get a Speedmaster, because I won't have a Seamaster.
Classic.
I'd love to get a Speedmaster, which is the space one.
Yeah.
So I have James Bond's watch, and I have Neil Armstrong's watch.
Yeah.
Not the exact ones, but they look like them.
Yeah. Like that.
And however, I can't afford a Speedmaster because that's a lot of money.
Yeah. A proper
And
setback.
money is an object. If money wasn't an object, that's what I'll go for.
Yeah.
However, money is an object, and I don't have a lot of it.
Yeah.
As most people in the world are like that, I kind of can't afford it.
Yeah.
But I was looking for something more summery, something a bit more brighter anyway.
Yeah.
I think a digital Speedmaster's got a black face and black and white face.
Yeah. They're about £4,000 as well.
Yeah. And that's the lowest they go. They go
Yeah.
way
I
higher
just
than
clicked
that.
shopping. There was 2 available for 4,000.
Yeah, they go like they just the price. I looked at it, I was like, okay, so what about the one that actually, because you can get a remade model, the one that actually went to the moon. I looked at it, I was like, 12 grand.
Okay. That's,
Well, that's a no.
that's a small deposit on a house. Perfect.
Exactly. It's like, damn. I mean, I get why it's a remake of the. Anyway, but yeah, I'm
Anyway, carry
looking
on.
at. It all started with I got hit by a brand called Filippo Lorenzo or something like that.
Okay.
Basically, I got targeted by their online marketing campaign.
Yep.
And they make a handsome watch. However, they advertised it saying that we are a luxury brand, but because we cut out the middleman, we're cheaper.
Okay.
And talking about how much cheaper there are, judging by Joel just came out and said how much a cheap-ish Amiga, the lowest, the starting price of Amiga came in.
Was it Speedmaster?
Yeah.
That,
Yeah, Speedmaster
that's
is
for
£4
£4
grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the starting price. They cut the middleman, and it drops the price to 136.
It's just not on the same level though. Surely. It
Well, that's the
can't
thing. The thing is, calling yourself a luxury brand at that point, I was like, okay, this is clearly some Benoni. Like, something's going on right here.
Yeah.
Did a bit of research. clearly it's just that they're not even Italian, despite they've got an Italian goddamn name.
Okay.
They're actually Lithuanian, and all the watches are made in China, which is not a bad thing, but I was expecting not that.
Okay.
I was expecting something. I was expecting at least Swiss. Okay, Lithuanian, but they make the watches in Switzerland.
Yeah.
Sweet. No. And they're not that. And basically, there's a lot of reviews, people doing reviews and stuff, saying they're not what they say to be.
Okay.
However, it's annoying because I actually found a watch on their website, which don't go on because once you go on their website, you're stuck with. They will just keep targeting you until
Online
you buy
advertising
something.
forever.
Yeah, online advertising. In the way they, I mean, I've deleted them from my web history, and they're still turning up on my phone.
Okay.
It's like, oh god damn it.
Yeah.
I went on one of the watch things that everything else. I'm looking at getting a Tissot Sea Star
Okay.
orange because it was bright. I'm just looking for something that's a bit brighter. I don't want to get a rip off of what I've already got, like an Omega.
Yeah.
Because what's the point? I just wear an Omega.
Yeah. A Hugo Boss or a Pulsar are always nice. But sorry, I didn't understand. What brand was the one you just said? A Tissot.
Tissot, Tissot.
Okay. Tissot.
Yeah, and I did a little bit of research and everything else. Like,
Okay.
It's a watch brand that's Switzerland. They're about the one that I'm looking at. It's about 300 something.
Okay.
So it's not. It's a bit more money, but I mean, it's a watch brand. It's all made in Switzerland and everything else. It's pretty decent. So that's the one I'm looking at.
So I got some really nice watches. I've just did a quick Google. Oh, they sponsor the Tour de France. There's a beautiful cycling one that they have here. A Tissot T-Race Cycling Tour de France watch.
Yeah, I always wait for that one.
That looks
But
pretty sick. That's yellow and black. It's bright.
Yeah.
It looks nice. I do love watches. I think we both love watches. Big fans. Anyway.
I do like watches. But after that, I started looking at Citizen.
Oh, I like a Citizen. I've got a Citizen. Very nice. I've got a knockoff.
Have you got a Citizen?
No, I've got a knockoff Citizen. I lied.
Because
I've got a knockoff Citizen.
Because I was looking at Citizen because I like the eco drive they use.
Yeah.
Which people don't know, it runs on light. Instead of having like a ball bearing like an Omega does, or having a battery like probably what Tissot has is probably a battery.
Yeah, I would imagine.
That uses the sunlight to keep the watch running, and I like the idea that there's not one Citizen that I could find that I like the look of. Every single one, I was like, nope.
Really?
Yeah, it was just either too plain and too. I didn't like the look of it, and the ones I did like, there was just too much going on the face. Like, where do I look?
I was just having a look quickly again, as you said. That I just looked at the Navihawk and I was like, wow, that looks a really sick looking watch, but there is way too much going on in the face. Exactly as you said.
And I'm paying for stuff on there that I don't need half the time. Like, I know my Omega CMOS, it's a diving watch, and I'm never gonna go to like 300, 400, 500, 600 meters in the ocean and everything else because I'm not. But all it has on it is the time and the date.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. I haven't got like here's the machine gun amount of stuff on there that I don't need all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not paying. I don't. I don't need that. It's
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like the Tissot. It's got a few other dials on it and everything else. It's a bit more sporty looking.
Yeah.
The one I'm looking at. But I mean, I don't mind that.
Yeah. It's nice. I think a nice watch does really complement because the watches aren't needed these days, are they? Like, there's no need for a watch because everyone has one. But it's a fashion statement now. I think cheap watches have actually... The amount of watches sold has actually decreased over the last, 10 years. But the value of watches sold, overall, how much money watches sell for, has actually gone up. More watches have sold for more amount over the last 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, I say that. I mean, when I did research into Fliplo, what their name is, I'm not giving too much time because there's clearly a bit of a scam going on there. Yeah, it was a bit of a scam going on. I found out that this is their third Kickstarter, and they've done it more than once, and each time they just kind of kicked it out of the park. So clearly, there's still a demand for watches out there, and people like to have nice things, have a nice thing on their on thing, and a watch, and guys don't have many. No offense to girls, but girls, you have handbags and you have a lot of stuff you can go into.
Necklaces,
most
bracelets, earrings. It can go almost to any extent. We have watches and we have cufflinks. That's what we have.
Well, they're the two universal things. It doesn't matter how manly of a man you claim to be.
Yeah.
A man, they're still a good watch.
Yeah.
you can still have a pair of nice pair of cufflinks. Like I wear rings. Guys, some guys listening to me like, fucking perfect wearing rings. But yeah, but I mean, so there's other options for guys to do. You can wear rings. I wear bracelets. I wear a necklace and everything else. But if that's all too feminine for you as a guy, I mean, personally, that's their issue, not anyone else. But a guy would always go for and likes a nice watch.
Yeah.
A guy will always like a nice pair of cufflinks.
Yeah, yeah. It's a classic. It's
So-
a classic thing. Yeah, I think it's nice. I love the Neil Armstrong one, like the Speedmaster, as you said. I think that's
Yeah, it's
like
beautiful.
a dream to have. That and a Breitling, I think, are the watches that I would be like, I want those. You know,
Breitling.
Breitling, yeah.
Oh, that's a
aircraft
plane.
pilot watches. Beautiful.
Yeah,
There's a Red
because
Arrows
you're-
Breitling. Looks insane.
too big.
Hey,
I don't like them. They're too big. It's the same problem I have with
Not big
a
faces.
Rolex as well.
Yeah.
I find Rolex is just too. Some of the Rolex do, and not all of them, because they do small ones. But when they do the small simple ones, I kind of it's like Rolex can't win for me.
yeah, yeah.
It's like when they do like a small petite one, I look at it and go, too boring.
Yeah, yeah.
They go like, okay, we jazz it up a little bit, because it's too bright and loud now. It's like, what the fuck do you want?
Yeah. No, I love a big face watch. I've got my Garmin watch now, my Vivo Active 4, and I'm a huge fan of that. Massive
got
face.
a huge face.
It is an active watch, but it has everything you could ever want on it, ever. But when you're going out, I've got a Hugo's Boss watch, and that's the one I wear to out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where I was going with that.
That's all right. Let's wrap up.
Brain just went a boom.
Let's wrap up. I've got a couple of Would You Rathers. I prepared for once. Da-da-da. We're back on it, guys. Also, our podcast is running
Boom.
later than normal. I'm sure you've already realised that. We might do hour and a half. We'll do an hour to hour and a half this week, or this month. We actually will be, hopefully, the 21st episode is next week. So we might do something a bit special. We're going to talk about it over the week and try and sort that out for you guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was going to actually say there was... I had actually had a few other things written down. We'll put them over to the next week's anyway.
Yeah.
But, would you rather? All right. I came up with one today as well. But I've written these ones down earlier in the week. So I'm going to start with the other ones.
Okay.
Would you rather eat a Carolina Reaper pepper or have a random paper cut anywhere on your body every day for the rest of your life? So eat a
But I have
pepper
to
every
eat,
day.
eat a pepper every day.
Or a random paper cut anywhere on your body any day.
Does that paper cut heal
Like as
within a
normal
day?
speed.
With
As normal speed.
with normal speed? Oh my god, no pepper.
Yeah, pepper.
Well, it could be anywhere, because I'm thinking of the worst place you can get
Yeah.
a paper cut.
Think of your eyeball.
And I'm a
Think of your
guy.
jets,
I mean, yeah, no, I'm a guy, so I went there straight away. I was like,
Yeah.
well, if it, no, the pepper.
it's a small part
Every
of your body,
day?
though. It's a small part of your body. Eventually, it will go there, like by random chance. I'm sure.
Yeah, but it heals up. It heals in a normal space, and that's
Yeah.
just so painful. It's so no. Just no. It could be anywhere. It could be inside your body. Technically.
Yeah, let's say I guess so. Let's say it can't like pierce like vital organs or anything. Let's say outside your body, on your skin, like anywhere on the outside of your body.
No, it's still pepper.
Yeah, I mean that's the hottest pepper in the world.
I don't care. It's still pepper.
That's going to be.
I mean, I'll just drink.
extremely painful.
I'll have to drink a lot of milk
Yeah,
every morning. Yeah.
I guess I was gonna say I'll let you pick whenever you eat the pepper that day as well. Like you can choose. You just have to do it. But yeah, just pepper, just guaranteed. Like if you
Yeah,
don't eat the
pepper.
pepper, you die. How's that? Like you don't eat the pepper, you just die.
Yeah, pepper.
Really? When
Yeah,
would you eat the
paper
pepper?
cut,
Like
man.
after work? You wouldn't want to do it before work, would you? You'd feel terrible.
I'll probably do it as I'm about to get on the underground train.
As you're about to go on the underground train.
Yeah, no, to have a jug of milk, eat the pepper, then just go, and just have like 2 jugs of milk. Be like,
Or just be-
like,
like what?
I've got the journey.
What?
Then I've got the journey to recover.
Or on the way home or the way to work.
Either.
On the way
Then
to
what would
work,
it
you'll
be?
feel terrible all day.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to do it again next time. Eventually, I'll get used to it.
I think on the way home, it'll make more sense. Like, you get home, you're like, alright, cool. And then you just can, like, sleep it off. You're like, alright, cool, I'm done. Like, on the way to work, you'll feel just awful. I kind of like the idea of the paper cut one more because like most paper cuts, they're just more annoying.
You was hoping I was going for a paper cut, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I was. I wanted to just hear your thoughts because I was thinking a paper cut, like the majority of your body, it doesn't matter, right? If it happens on your leg, it happens on your arm, it happens anywhere on your chest, who cares? It's a small paper cut. It stings a bit, doesn't matter. No issue.
Eyeball.
It's when it happens on your lip, the inside of your nose, like your eyeball, like obviously our private parts. That's when it's an issue. That's when it's really an issue. And I guess it can get really bad if it happened on like your butt, like in case anything went wrong.
Infection.
I think that if it's every day for the rest of... What happens if I said just for a year? For a year. Every day for a year.
Well, both of them or just the...
For both of them. Both of them.
I'll still probably just go chili.
If it's for a year...
Because that chance... No.
Paper cut.
You think?
Because I just don't think... Like, it's so... Think of my entire body. A random paper cut anywhere. The chances that happens in a really painful pace is heavily minimised. In a lifetime, it's going to hit everywhere, right?
Mm.
So I think I would go... A year, I'd say paper cut. Lifetime, I'd say chili.
Right.
I reckon.
No, but I'll go chili.
Chili. Alright. Okay, no, that's cool. That's cool. I think that was a good one. I thought it was interesting to hear your thoughts.
Got another one?
The other one. Would you rather get up on stage and sing with David Grohl? I know that's a bigger artist that you like. I just sort of picked that one for you. So like a little bit starstruck, you know, nervous, sing alongside him, try and show off let's say Glastonbury. Let's say it's a big festival.
Oh god, yeah.
Would you rather get up and sing with David Grohl? Like if you screw up, everyone's watching. Or present something like BBC Breakfast without any prompter, and they're like, all right, sit down, half an hour, you got to present the news.
No, David Grohl.
David Grohl?
Definitely David Grohl, man.
I think that's just because you want to meet David Grohl. I feel that's not like... Just think of like... I was just thinking like, how nervous is someone be, right? Like, you could be like freaking out.
I don't care. The thing is, if I'm on Glastonbury, I'm going to be drunk and... Well, just drunk.
Let's say you're sober. Yeah. Let's not incriminate.
I'm drunk on alcohol, and that's it.
Yes. Let's say you're fully sober. You just appear and you're on stage with David Grohl.
Nah, that's fine. I'll do it.
You do it?
Yeah.
You got to perform an entire set with David Grohl.
A whole set or song?
A whole set. Let's say a whole set now. It's half an hour each. It's half an hour set in Glastonbury that you're performing with David Grohl, or half an hour. Are you going to ruin other people's days? Or are you going to do a BBC Breakfast? 30 minutes, no teleprompter. You've just got to speak the news. And if you screw up, then you're like filmed forever there as well.
Yeah, but when news people screw up, it's funny.
It's funny.
No one gets angry. No one gets angry apart from the people running the show. Everyone else gets a kick out of it.
It's funny for 1 minute. It's not funny for 30 minutes. It's awkward.
It's what happens. I mean, no. It's funny. Anything that Bruce and Maya showed me, that whenever news goes wrong, it's funny.
That's a film. That's not real life.
Yeah, but that's funny.
I mean, it is funny.
That scene is funny, and it's about 30 minutes. It's about 50 minutes long. So it's like, all I have to do is double that and make it funny. So,
I do like Bruce Almighty. It's a good film.
Yeah. So yeah.
So what?
And Anchorman. That whole film is about the developing news and everything else. And that's funny.
I can't tell if you're just saying random things now.
I am pretty much.
So what are you thinking? A David Grohl set, or are you thinking a BBC no prompter?
See, I could be really selfish and say David Grohl set.
Because, I mean, you'd make history, right? It'd be sick.
I'll make history. I'll make history. Like, everyone would hate me. Yeah. And I don't care. It'll be that. No, I think I'll go with David Grohl set. But I can either be hated or be laughed at. And I'd rather be hated.
Yeah. Okay. You'd rather be hated.
Yeah, I'd rather be hated than laughed at.
Yeah, okay. That's kind of sick. I think that's a good one. For sure.
And people say like, you can't sing. Why did you ruin Glastonbury for me? It's like, man, it was over this, or be laughed at on the news, and so I picked this.
Be laughed at the news. I just couldn't do that to myself, so I thought I'd ruin hundreds of thousands of people of experience at Glastonbury. I respect it. I respect it enough. That's good.
plus it's David Grohl. I mean, come on.
Yeah, meeting him and like even if he just like hates you afterwards, 'cause he was like, I thought you could sing. I imagine that like you've just disappointed your hero.
Yeah, the thing is, it's not even. I'm not just a huge Foo Fighters fan. I'm also a huge Nirvana fan.
Yeah,
and he was in both. So it's like I can't not turn that down.
He's the dream, the champion that you've always been waiting for to sing with.
Yeah. Well, I said to you that Nirvana was the band that got me really into music. It was literally a moment where I was like, "Oh, hello."
Yeah.
Music actually is a thing that people should pay attention to. It's very important.
Yeah, I like this a lot. This is what people should listen to.
Well, I mean, I liked music beforehand. It was and stuff like that. I liked a bit of indie stuff and everything else. But I mean, I don't think I've told you. Have I told you a story?
I don't know.
Have I told this story on the podcast? I don't think I've told this story on the podcast.
Well, if you've said it on the podcast, I'll let you know.
Well, I was playing on the PlayStation 2. God, this is going back.
Love the PS2.
Got good old classic PS2, and I was playing Godfather.
Nice, classic game.
On it, and the TV we had was an old TV that my parents had before I was born, and the sound broke.
Okay.
So to replace the sound, I would just play a CD that I had. I think the album was called Anthems. It had, Razorlight and a few other rock bands and stuff in it.
Yeah.
And it worked, and I was like, it kind of works with the show. I mean, I can't hear what they're saying, but I can got the subtitles up.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
And I remember going to my dad going like, yeah, it works and everything else. My dad's like, I know what you want. I went, what? And he went for this old album collection and everything else. And he pulled out Nirvana.
Yeah.
Not Nevermind, but he pulled out Nirvana Unplugged.
Okay.
In TV Unplugged. And that's what he gave to me. And I was like, me being the dyslexic idiot, I went Nirvana. I went, oh, okay. And I looked at the cover, I was like, am I going to like this? Just give me some like weird jazzy stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like, just listen to it. I went, alright. So I put it in, press play. Started playing the game, and then the first track started going, and I remember pausing the game and going, this song's really good. I then turned off the PlayStation.
It kind of slaps.
I then turned off the PlayStation, turned off the TV, sat in the chair in the back room, away from anything else I can listen, and I listened to the whole album with a cup of tea.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And I was like,
how old were you?
This is it.
PS2. You must be like 12. Why are you having a cup of tea? What
do you mean?
What old man were you at that 12 years old?
Well, I've drank tea since I was 1. I've drank tea since I was 1. I stopped liking milk when I was a baby. I stopped liking milk when I was 1 year old.
Yeah.
So my mum made really, 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 really milky tea and gave you that instead. So I've been drinking tea since I was 1.
That's mental. I didn't know that. That's a better story. See, that's so funny. You've been drinking tea since you were 1 year old.
And when I wouldn't go to sleep, she would give me a little bit of Cowpole, or if we ran out of Cowpole, she would just rub my gums with whiskey.
That's funny. Your mum made you an alcoholic as well. It's perfect.
Boom. I mean, I can tell you, we can dive into the alcohol side of me if you want.
That's what you have.
Do we have enough time? Do we have enough time?
No, we'll have to start wrapping up.
Another time. Tune in next week.
When Sean becomes an alcoholic. I think we've said like when you had your like first drinks and stuff before anyway.
Yeah, but I don't mind diving in a few more alcohol stories.
Fantastic. It's funny, I actually was expecting you to be like, well, I want an embarrassing story from you this week. So I actually prepared one. And then I was like, oh, never mind.
Go.
No,
go. Go. No, come on. You got 5 minutes. You got to go. Actually, got more than 5 minutes because we had the banging that I had to deal with in the background.
Yes.
We did hear it and we did solve it. So, just so...
Yeah, we're professionals now. We don't just like hear banging and then ignore it fully. Anyway, I'll go on then. I'll say it. This came as a memory to me like the other day, and I just found it really funny. Like it came out of nowhere. Like, I don't just one of those shower thoughts where you think about like your past and you're like, do you remember when I did that? Oh my god! And a few of them came to mind.
Stop stalling. Okay, you're stalling, Joel. You're stalling. Come on.
But I just want to give the backstory, and I was just like, damn, that one was really funny. That one was funny. So I got into London a lot. I love London. It's great. There is a lot of homeless in London, however. And with this, you get very, very adept to saying, they ask you for change all the time. And I very rarely will give anything. Sometimes I will, but Normally I'm like, no, sorry. No, sorry, walk along. I like to respond to them because, you know, everyone calls out to you. When I was with my ex, I remember going into London, and I think we were going out for a nice meal. Maybe it was a theatre performance, I can't remember, but we were dressed up quite nice, I think. Looking good out in London. And I remember getting off the train, I think it was Waterloo, it was one of the huge stations. I think it was Victoria, because we were near the coach station, so we were there. And I was going through a tunnel, walking around, and this homeless man, I didn't hear what he said, I just heard him starting talking, and I saw him looking at me, and I went, no, sorry, and started walking. And what he said to me was, Cor, you two look really good as a couple. And I looked over at him, went, no, sorry, carried on walking, heard it afterwards, was like, I don't know what to say to that.
Actually, yes. Just turn over. Actually, yes. Yes. It just went to me. Yes.
No, I honestly didn't look back at him, and I walked out that tunnel straight.
Did the person,
and then
did the girl that you was with hear?
Yes, she did. She took the mick out of me, and then I had to break up with her to prove a point to that homeless man that we weren't a good couple. No, that isn't the reason I broke up with her.
And Joel wins.
And I won. But no, that was my most recent ex, and I was like, oh no. What have I done?
So that's the reason you broke up. I've been wondering what happened.
Exactly. I had to prove a point to the homeless man. That we weren't a good couple.
I could believe that.
And that's how it ended. Yeah.
Another drunk story. Very quickly.
Yeah, go on.
The Joel can confirm. Do you remember went to was it Treehouse on Fire? Treehouse on Fire with one of our friend Max, and your girlfriend was there. The same girlfriend from the same story.
Treehouse on Fire. Oh, was it the band that we went to?
Yeah,
Smiley and the Underclass, I think, was the main act. But yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was cheap, and I was very, very drunk. Yeah. Not as drunk as the other person, but still pretty bad.
Me and my ex looked after you, not him.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, it was that bad.
Yeah.
And
that was funny. That was a good night.
I was talking to Joel, and I was like, "Do you think I can touch that thing?" And I remember you going, "No," and I was like, "Did I say, do you think I can headbutt this thing?" He was like, "No, you don't think you can headbutt me." And for some reason, in my head, my drunk mind, I was like, "He's baiting me. He thinks I can't do it. Therefore, I have to do it to prove a point." And I even think I got money on the line, and he was like, "If I do this, you can pay me." He was like, "I'm not going to pay you, but you can do it anyway." And I was like, "Oh, I'm doing it." And I just ran up and just headbutted this thing. It really hurt.
I want to prep.
It's why I remember it. Like sober.
So, let me just fill out a few details in that story. So we're on the underground. Yeah. In the underground here, there is on some of the trains there is a sign that says next platform in this amount of minutes or whatever. Like, we'll be here in this time. And Sean was like, "I could hit that." I was like, "Yeah, you can." He goes, "I bet I could headback that," and I went. And he goes, "I bet if I headbutt that, you owe me a tenner." I went, "No, I won't pay you." And he goes, "Go on then." Runs, jumps, and his head just slams into it. He hits the floor with his feet, kind of falls over, and he goes, "I did it." And looks up at me like so proud, like a kid looking at his parents for affirmation. Like, "Look what I have done. Are you proud of me now?" I was like. He was so drunk.
I don't remember the thing is, as you can tell, I don't remember the conversation. So now hearing the conversation from Joel, it's like, oh my god, I'm an idiot.
It was really funny. Like, at the time, I was like, "Don't do it. I'm not going to pay you," because I thought you were just being a pain. And then you did it, and I was like, "Wow, that was funny as." that was great. And then we had to change the train and walk this drunk man home. It was fun.
Oh man, we can. I think we have to close up, don't we?
We have
to wrap up. I feel like we have to carry on the drunk Sean stories. Because there's a few. There's a few that I don't mind sharing, but you have to come with your own that you can share.
Hey, there you go. I've done my one. That'll satisfy you for the next podcast or so. I'm done.
No. You got to come out and bring out some.
I can't think of any other new ones. If one comes to mind, I'll bring it up. Otherwise, I'll leave it to you.
The comment.
You're the classic guy.
I guarantee you, the comment section is demanding Joel shares more stories. You got to try and top me headbutting something for no reason.
I'm not sure I can. It honestly was so funny.
What?
Sean just laying drunk on the floor of a train was brilliant.
I know a story about you that can trumpet, but I don't think I can say on the podcast.
Well, then we're gonna have to leave it. Anyway, we're gonna
and on that note,
there, lads. On that bombshell, still Toshio's ending.
On that disappointment, more like.
We're gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for listening. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Lock In Podcast, at Lock_in_podcast on Instagram, Lock In Podcast on Facebook. Hit us up there. That's where you can speak to us the most, and that's where we're following. Sean, any last words?
No, just if you have any feedback at all, just go where Joel says, because we are looking, we are paying attention, but seriously, just go there.
Yeah, it's brilliant. We love the feedback. Honestly, any comments, the YouTube channel really helps as well. We look at every single comment there.
Yeah,
big up you.
Well, Joel does. I don't, but Joel looks at the YouTube ones.
Yeah,
I look at the Facebook ones.
Yeah, honestly,
I should check out the YouTube ones.
It's all right.
Starting now, I'll be looking at the YouTube ones.
Yeah, and we can respond to them together. Take it easy, all. We appreciate you lots, and have a great rest of your week.
Boom.